What if the person sitting next to you at work, the neighbor who smiles and waves every morning, or even someone eating dinner with their family every night, was hiding a secret so dark that no one would ever believe it? Most people imagine serial killers as monsters who look dangerous, act strange, and live on the edges of society. But the truth is far more unsettling. Some of the most notorious serial killers in history lived ordinary lives. They had jobs, families, friends. They blended in so well that even the people closest to them never suspected a thing. So, how does someone capable of repeated violence hide their true identity so successfully? How do they move through family life, professional spaces, and society without being exposed? Today, we're breaking down the psychology, behaviors, and social masks that allow a serial killer to remain invisible in plain sight. The most important weapon a serial killer has is not strength or intelligence, it's normalcy. Looking ordinary is the perfect camouflage. Society is trained to notice threats that stand out, not people who fit in. When someone follows routines, dresses appropriately, and behaves politely, our brains automatically label them as safe. Serial killers understand this instinct, even if they don't consciously think about it. Many of them spend years studying how normal people behave. They learn when to smile, when to stay quiet, and how to respond emotionally in ways that seem appropriate. This is not about pretending to be someone else for a few minutes. It's about performing a role every single day. One of the most disturbing psychological traits seen in serial killers is something called compartmentalization. This means they mentally separate different parts of their lives into sealed boxes. Family life goes in one box, work life goes in another. Their crimes exist in a completely separate space. By doing this, they avoid guilt and emotional conflict. They can attend a child's birthday party hours after committing a violent act and feel no contradiction. To them, these worlds never collide. This mental separation allows them to remain calm, focused, and believable. Without emotional leakage, there are no obvious cracks for others to notice. Within the family, serial killers often present themselves as dependable and predictable. They understand that routine builds trust. They show up when expected. They fulfill responsibilities. They avoid unnecessary conflict. Some may appear emotionally distant, but distance alone is rarely suspicious. Many families explain it away as stress, personality differences, or exhaustion from work. In some cases, serial killers deliberately position themselves as providers or authority figures within the family. This creates power dynamics where questions are discouraged and behavior is rarely challenged. Family members tend to trust consistency over intuition. If someone has always been like this, unusual behavior becomes normalized rather than questioned. Work is one of the safest hiding places. In professional settings, people are judged by productivity, punctuality, and results, not by their inner lives. A serial killer who understands this can thrive. Many are described by coworkers as quiet, reliable, and focused. They don't draw attention. They don't overshare. They don't cause problems. Some choose jobs that provide structure and routine, while others prefer roles that offer autonomy, night shifts, or travel. These positions give them explanations for irregular hours or absences without raising suspicion. The workplace rewards predictability. When someone meets expectations, they are rarely questioned. This allows a dangerous individual to hide behind performance metrics and professional labels. One of the most chilling aspects of serial killers is their ability to mimic emotions. They may not feel empathy the way most people do, but they understand how empathy looks. They study facial expressions,
tone of voice, and social reactions. Over time, this becomes a learned skill. They know when to say, "I'm sorry to hear that." They know when to nod, pause, or look concerned. They know how long eye contact should last. Because these reactions seem natural, others assume they are genuine. Few people consider the possibility that emotions can be performed convincingly without being felt. This emotional mimicry helps serial killers build trust, avoid suspicion, and maintain long-term relationships without revealing their true nature.
On a broader level, serial killers survive by understanding social norms. They vote, they shop for groceries, they attend community events. They avoid extreme opinions in public and stay away from controversial behavior that could attract attention. Many intentionally keep their social circles small to reduce the risk of exposure. Society is not built to detect hidden threats. It is built on assumption and trust. Serial killers exploit this by doing just enough to seem involved, but never enough to be examined closely. The less remarkable someone is, the safer they become. When serial killers are finally caught, people often say the same thing. "He seemed so normal. I never would have guessed. There were no signs." In reality, there are sometimes small warning signs, but they are subtle and easily dismissed. Social conditioning teaches us not to suspect people without clear evidence. Questioning someone's character feels uncomfortable and intrusive. We also struggle to accept that someone we know could be capable of extreme violence. The human mind resists that reality. Serial killers rely on this resistance. At the core of this hidden identity is control. Control over emotions, control over appearance, control over how others perceive them. They carefully manage what information they share and what they withhold. Nothing is accidental. Every interaction serves the purpose of maintaining the illusion. This control can last for years, sometimes decades, until a mistake is made or patterns finally emerge. The most terrifying thing about serial killers is not their crimes alone. It's how easily they can exist among us. They are not hiding in shadows. They are hiding in routines, in offices, in families, in everyday life. Their greatest disguise is not a false name or a secret location. It's the appearance of being ordinary. Understanding how these individuals hide does not make us paranoid, but it reminds us of a hard truth. Evil does not always announce itself. Sometimes it blends in, waits quietly, and goes unnoticed for far too long. And that is what makes it truly disturbing.